Okay, this is video 3. I was thinking about something and I feel like the Lord wants me to share it. And I was reading a book earlier this week about marriage, and I'm just thinking, okay, I want to do a few things to prepare for marriage, and one of them is read books and learn from others' experiences, so that by the time I come into marriage, there's just much more light. I know more. The more I know, the more I can prepare for, the more I can contribute to the marriage. So there was one thing that I learned from that book, and I learned other things that I'll probably share here, but the one I'd like to focus on is, um, you know that you're ready to have a successful marriage when you're ready to do hard things, and when you're ready to meet, actually no, it wasn't even hard things. I think they just said, when you're ready to meet needs in your partner that you yourself don't have. And I feel like I've learned, or I kind of knew that before, but it just hit me fresh today and the last few days to say, wow, I really, need to realize, and we need to realize, that our husbands have needs. They have needs that are very different from our needs. They have the need for respect. They have the need for honor. They have the need for sex. They have the need for household help. They have the need for, they have all these other basic needs that every man has. And we as women might have some of those, but they're not as strong. For us, it's like the need for security, the need for non-sexual affection, and just all these other things. And if you want to know what those things are, I can make a video on those, separate video on those for that. But my focus on this is just, we have to realize that we were made different, not only physically, it's an obvious thing, but even physiologically. What does a man need versus what does a woman need? And for us as women, we need to be ready to say, okay, I don't understand this need that you have for X, Y, or Z, but as your wife, I'm committed, even if I don't understand it, even if I don't have it, to fulfill that need for you. And I've heard it, I've read books, I've heard it, marriages, I know sex is a huge one, and we won't go too much into detail here, but just for us to start being prepared. For men, it's a need that they have that females, might not have it as much or as often, or, whatever, different drives there. But if we're coming into a marriage, we need to know these things. And we need to be willing to be servants and say, okay, I don't have that need, or the need for honor. You need to feel honored. You need to feel respected. To already come with the understanding of, these are the things that I'm going to bring to the table. These are the things that I'm going to serve my husband in. Even if I don't have those needs, I need to be able, mentally prepared, especially for those of us who've been spoiled, who've been blessed, first childs, or only children who get everything they want. Well, once we get to marriage, that's a whole nother ball game. We're not gonna get everything we want. We're not gonna have everything that we want at every single point in our lives. We're not gonna have slaves catering to our every need, but there's grace for us. Jesus did the thing that nobody could have done, right? He was the ultimate servant. He didn't have the need to be saved. He didn't have the need to be rescued. He didn't have the need to be redeemed. We had that need as his bride. And even though he didn't have that need, he paid the ultimate price to give us the need, to give us what we had. And if that is not sacrifice and a servant heart and love, I don't know what is. He paid the ultimate price. He fulfilled the ultimate need that we, all of humanity, could not fulfill for ourselves. He did it because he loved us. And when he says he wants us to be servant-hearted, I believe that just goes so deeply into marriage, to say, I don't understand this need. You can't fulfill this need for yourself. You can't give yourself honor. You can't give yourself respect. There's a level of that, but the level of respect that they need from their partner, they can't give it to themselves. So for us to be able to say, okay, you have these needs, And I am willing to lay down my needs, my rights, to say, because I love you, because I care for you, I will fulfill those needs, even if I don't understand them. So I want to bless you with that today, and just to start thinking about and saying, Lord, any areas of my life where I've gotten so used to having it always my way, to doing things my way, to being all about me, 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 me. Would you begin to soften my heart and to give me the heart of a servant to say, okay, as I say I do, as I lay down my life, I am putting my life, my needs, and everything about me in your hands, but also in the hands of this other person that you're bringing into my life, and you're doing the same for them, so that I can help fulfill those needs that they cannot fulfill for themselves, and just help me not to to use them as weapons against them, and say, well, I know you need X, Y, and Z. Well, if you want this from me, you're gonna have to do blah blah blah. It's like, no, 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 no. He expects us to fulfill the needs, to to fulfill those needs in love, in care, in respect, in honor, and as an act of service toward this other person that he's bringing into our lives, just like Jesus did. And I, again, it was a thing that I'm like, oh God, why? But it's very necessary, and that's a way that we can lay down our lives for the person that we love, that our husbands can lay down their lives for us. And if both do the mutual laying down, then that is the ship that will sail and go the distance. So I bless you with that today. I bless you with asking the Lord to change you, shape you, refine your heart, to bring light into areas of your life where you are feeling like, oh, I don't want to fulfill that need for my husband because X, Y, and Z. Or maybe you've had traumas in your life where you're feeling like, oh, I could do this, but I could never do that for my husband. Then this is your time to say, okay, Lord, let's deal with this. What's going on here? And if you need help figuring it out, just drop a comment on there, and we can send some resources your way. But I just bless you with that. Just think through that. Are you willing? Are you ready? Are you just even willing to go before the Lord and say, Lord, help me do the things. Help me lay down my life. Help me help my husband. Help me be such a helpmate to him that he can look at me and say, wow, the needs that I could never fulfill for myself, you so freely, you so willingly, you are so ready to do those things because you love me. So I bless you with being able to do that for your husbands, and I bless you with just starting now. Sow the seeds of service, sow the seeds of kindness, sow the seeds that need to be sown, so that when your husband comes along, he knows that he has found a servant-hearted lover of God who will go the distance with him. And I just know that the rewards for that are just going to be way beyond your wildest imaginations, because you are conscious that you need to do that, and you're ready to put in the work. And the first step is just asking the Lord, shape me, shift me, give me the perspective, give me whatever I need in my life to have a heart that serves you above all, and that serves and lays down my life for my husband in a way that I'm serving him and filling needs that he needs to be filled, even though I will never understand them. So I bless you with that in Jesus' name.